So, diving into these instructions for a writing task is like it's all about setting up the structure for a really effective essay, whether you're discussing how long buildings should last versus building quickly.
Yeah, exactly.
It covers everything from time management to grammar checking.
Right, and I notice it starts by reminding candidates to spend about 40 minutes on writing task 2 and to produce at least 250 words, correct?
Yep, correct. And then there's this neat step where they have you work in pairs to complete statements using words like fewer, more, and paragraphs. It's pretty methodical.
And then it gets even more interesting with the essay prompt on housing, for instance, whether buildings should be long-lasting or built quickly on a budget. It asks, like, why some people value durability versus affordability.
Exactly. And that section really pushes you to brainstorm ideas on both fronts.
Right.
You have to think about materials, design, cost, and even the broader implications like how disasters may force quicker construction.
Yeah, it's almost like a mini debate in your head. One side cites quality building materials and long-term savings, while the other argues that fast, cheap accommodation meets immediate needs.
Absolutely. And then the instructions further detail a sample answer where a writer discusses government housing requirements, but fun fact, they include a rundown of mistakes like spelling errors and missing commas. It really shows you where candidates typically trip up.
Right, and that's not all. There's also a deep dive into modal verbs. You know, deciding which to use for necessity, possibility, or ability. It's like you have to choose between must and should, which can really change the tone of your essay.
Exactly. It's like fine-tuning your expression. And it even provides practice sentences. For example, choosing the correct modal for statements like people have to build housing versus people might not enjoy city life. It nails down the nuances.
Although I do wonder, isn't it a bit overwhelming to tackle everything at once? I mean, balancing essay planning, detailed corrections, and modal verb practice seems like a lot for one exercise.
That's a fair point. I mean, I get that the instructions are quite comprehensive, but, you know, they aim to leave no stone unturned. It forces candidates to think critically about both content and form.
And then there's that bonus bit, asking you reflective questions like who might favor durable buildings versus quick construction. That really gets you thinking about real-world issues, right?
Exactly. It's not just theory. It asks for personal insights and examples from your own experience, making the response more lively and relevant. And that connection to reality can really kick your essay up a notch.
So overall, it's a super detailed roadmap covering everything from planning and structure to key grammar points like modal verbs and punctuation.
Right, it's like a complete package for tackling the writing task head-on. It might seem a bit packed, but each part builds toward a stronger, more organized essay.
Yep.
And that, in turn, helps candidates produce clearer, more compelling arguments.
Definitely. It really elevates the process from just writing to thinking deeply about communication and clarity.
Exactly. So all these elements, though challenging, come together to offer a comprehensive guide for preparing a solid essay.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
A helpful set of guidelines for anyone looking to improve their writing skills.